Welcome, third grade, to our week 20 of our Number Talk video series. We will be spending another week on the division strategy partial quotient. As we look at the strategy, remember why the strategy is so effective. It's not, yes, is it nice if you know your multiplication facts, it's fantastic, but if you don't, you can still fall back to the facts you do know. In other words, those are called the friendly or landmark numbers, which is like counting by twos, counting by fives, counting by tens, or counting by ones for that matter. So when we look at these strategies, that's what we're going to focus on. So if I had 126, which is the dividend, and the divisor is 9. And let's say I was sharing M&Ms with friends, with 9 friends. Well, I know if I give everybody 10 of my M&Ms out of my 126, I would still have 36 left. Then I could share 4 M&Ms with everybody because I know 9 fours is 36. So in other words, I shared 14 M&Ms, so my quotient is 14. Now, for some of you, you may say, you know, Mr. Harrison, I wouldn't have realized 9 fours was 36. Well then, let's look at how you might have seen it. I would hope we would still see that 9 tens is 90. Now we have the 36 left. Well, with the 36 left, what if you want to count by twos? 2 nines is 18. We still have 18 left, so you can count by twos again. And then when you're done, you have nothing left. So either way, your quotient, or your answer, is 14. Now with that, let's give ourselves a little more room up here. Let's go to the next one. Now let's say we have 98 is our dividend. And let's allow ourselves, again, to think about breaking that up into the divisor is 8. So we know 8 tens is 80. When we subtract, we have 18 left. 8 doesn't go into 18 evenly, but I do know that 8 twos is 16 with the remainder of 2. So we really have two different ways we can write our answer. We can either say 12 remainder of 2, or if we're sharing something equally, we might not just say the 12 remainder 2. We may say 12 and then think about it as a fraction. Well, if I have 2 things to share, I'm sharing with 8 people, well, I can break them into 8 parts and each person gets 1/8. So 1/8 plus 1/8 is 2/8, or we could say that's also 1/4, but we would say that then 12 and 2/8 is what we're sharing. Or like we said, 2/8 is equivalent to 1/4. You know, another way we can look at a problem, let's look at the last one. The last one's 134, so our dividend's 134. Our divisor is 7. Again, 7 tens is 70. 134 lose 70 would give us an answer of 64. Now, 7 groups of 9 is 63. If you didn't know 7 groups of 9 is 63, you could do 7 groups of 5 is 35. And you could work your way down and then go from there. So we have a remainder of 1. So again, it could be 19 remainder of 1, or if we were sharing equally, we would be taking our part, we'd be breaking up into 7 parts. We'd say that each person gets 1/7 of that final piece, so then the answer would be 19 and 1/7. So either way is an option. Okay, so hopefully this is giving you a little more clarity for partial quotients. And if you have any questions, please ask your teacher or ask myself. We look forward to continuing to help you. Have a great one, guys. Thanks.